Breaking through the static of the Tallahassee Twilight Zone, here's your legislative update for Week 2. The week kicked off in the shadow of secrecy as HB 351 by Representative Rommel was up for a vote in its second committee stop. This bill would keep all of the information about candidates for university and college presidents secret until the very end of the search, when most of the decisions have been made.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
Faculty, students, and community members spoke out in opposition to this bad bill.
An open, honest, transparent search that allows for stakeholder input, including faculty, staff, students, alumni, parents, and community members, and allows for accountability is essential for many reasons. The taxpayers generously provide for our public colleges and universities and deserve the right to know how these dollars are being spent and how major decisions that affect those institutions are made.
The bill passed its committee and has one final stop before it hits the House floor. On Tuesday, senators discussed implementing new measures on transport network companies, more commonly known to us as Uber and Lyft. As this new tech has changed transportation across the world, communities and consumers are concerned about their lax safety regulations, background checks, and training requirements. The Amalgamated Transit Union and others were in committee Tuesday, urging legislators to put the safety and security of riders first.
The most frail, the most vulnerable citizens of our communities are now put in very precarious positions of unsafe drivers potentially. Although this bill dresses up background checks, there's no oversight.
Switching gears to another committee on Tuesday, legislators were focused on Florida's workers' compensation system, ranked one of the worst in the nation. In Florida, injured workers are forced into an alternate medical system where insurance adjusters make all of the decisions, not doctors, putting insurance company profits over the health of workers. The Supreme Court has ruled that portions of the current law are unconstitutional, so the legislature finally has to do something about it. Unfortunately, the insurance industry, backed by big business groups that write their own insurance policies, are working to make the system even worse. On Wednesday, they tried to force an amendment that would force injured workers who are out of work to pay for their own legal representation.
We would really like to, with all due respect, see this amendment voted down. Let's get back to the product that this committee has worked on so diligently over the last couple weeks. We still have some issues with that product. We want to be a part of the conversation, but this is a real diversion from the direction that we need to be going, and we would hope that the members of the committee would kind of get us back on track to where we need to be.
The bad amendment failed, and we'll be working with legislators to make sure this bill addresses the real needs of workers injured on the job. In a victory for First Amendment rights, SB 80 by Senator Stubbe was amended to remove questionable language that put our access to public records at risk.
We've been in such vocal opposition to this bill. I thought it was very important that I step up and say we're very much in favor of the bill as amended. We thank Senator Stubbe, Senator Garcia, who worked so hard with us, and the League. Thank you.
This compromise couldn't have been made without the overwhelming support from activists who called and emailed their senators over the past week. Let's keep up the pressure. On Wednesday, House members discussed HB 599, a bill that would eliminate pro-worker ordinances like living wage laws across Florida and ban local governments from enacting new ones.
Hillsborough, Pinellas, Palm Beach, Miami-Dade, counties in Central Florida, Broward County. In all of these areas, all of these communities, a vote for this legislation is a vote for a pay cut for thousands of people. It's getting in the way of local control. It's getting in the way of local economic development. At the end of the day, it's going to hurt a lot of people.
It is absolutely the right of local governments to pass ordinances that reflect the values of their local communities. And this bill will not only stop them from doing that, but it will also invalidate the hard work of so many communities who stood up to work to pass these very helpful ordinances that protect workers. And for that reason, I will be voting no.
Thursday was Apprenticeship Day at the Capitol, with union locals representing a variety of different trades, highlighting their important training and education programs across the state.
Basically, we're up here today to let all of our legislators know what we do and how the apprenticeship method becomes a great way for a person to have a good living with high skill, high wages, great benefits, You wind up with health insurance for your families. We have retirement benefits and all those, but one of the biggest perks that we have in this day and time is that people that come through apprenticeship programs wind up with zero tuition.
You can decide what your pay is going to be, what your benefits are going to be. The more you educate yourself and the more training you get, the better the pay is, the better the benefits are, the better the job is. There's just so many things with being a union apprentice.
Speaking truth to power in committees all week, union members from across the state shared their experiences.
There are a lot of things going on that are making our jobs worse for the students, the parents, the teachers, the administrators, our districts. The bills that are being proposed are often bad. They need to be fixed, and it's not going to happen unless you come up here and help us to do so.
I'm just here to make sure that the people that work for us know who we are and put a face to our jobs so that they keep us in mind as they're up here doing what they do.
I've been here all week, and it's great to just see the impact we can have, meeting directly with our senators, our representatives, and there's bills that are directly attacking the unions right now.
We're talking about workers' comp, we're talking about secrecy in the Sunshine State, which is a big issue this year. Everything that we need to be working on as far as collective bargaining, a lot of issues like that are coming up in legislature. You need to be here to represent your local, to represent working people.
2 weeks down, 7 to go, and you know where to find all the info you need to stay updated this session. Join us next week for another legislative update. Solidarity.